Всем привет, добро пожаловать назад в Fallout. Тут поговаривают, что действительно надо поговорить с отцом в развалинах института, только развалины эти, они действительно здесь, и вот тут где-то на крыше с ним надо будет поговорить, но на крышу можно попасть только изнутри самого института, поэтому я, в принципе, тогда в первый раз правильно зашел, но, так скажем, не дошел до конца, надо будет разобраться с супермутантами и таки подняться на крышку, и тогда все будет хорошо. Я просто решил в этот трейлерок зайти, потому что почему бы и нет. И я так понимаю, это чуть ли не предпоследний квест. Сейчас посмотрим, насколько это окажется правдой, но похоже, что мы уже очень близки к развязке, и я прям не могу этому не радоваться. Жуткая вот эта хрень, конечно. Давай, супермутант. Ну да, здесь есть две пары лестниц, по которым надо подниматься. Одна из них ведет, по слухам, на крышу, одна там ведет куда-то еще, поэтому да. Не знаю, остались здесь синты еще или нет тут на верхних этажах. Наверное, остались. Так. Тут как-то на задах совсем другие входы, выходы в содружество. Ну да, наверное, надо было все-таки там по лестнице подниматься, но я, тем не менее, здесь просто осмотрю другие холлы. Кстати, этот институт называется CIT, Commonwealth Institute of Technology, наверное. Ну, короче, с MIT, с Массачусетского технологического, это типа списали. Я уж не знаю, студенты MIT увидят здесь какие-нибудь знакомые моменты или нет, но, наверное, на их месте было бы прикольно здесь походить. Тут, конечно, руины всякие жесткие, и ничего интересного, ничего хорошего, но вот да. С синтами, возможно, уже и разобрались. В прошлый раз, когда мы заходили, они были. Кабинка. Так, тут, ну, как обычно, тела. Это все в духе Bethesda. Да и на самом деле, в духе создателей оригинальных Fallout, в духе Black Isle, добавлять всякие такие пасхалки, тела во всякие места, закуточки. Оно как-то добавляло какой-то веселости, интересности, что ли, в игры. А вот, собственно, похоже, уже и крыша. Можно было даже с супермутантами не разбираться. Сейчас посмотрим, будет здесь отец или нет, и почему он вообще покинул институт. Вышел на поверхность, так скажем. Сейчас посмотрим. Да, вон он, есть здесь. Уберу оружие. Я сделаю большой сейф. Возможно, от исходов этого диалога будет зависеть дальнейшее прохождение игры, поэтому я сделаю сохранение и поговорю с ним.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
So why come out here?
To put things in perspective, I suppose. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
But why refreeze me?
As a failsafe, of course. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Why let me out now? After all this time?
That's Well, that's hard to explain. Certainly, it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you, as it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Well, here I am. Was it worth it?
I believe so. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
Если сказать засада, то все еще можно будет продолжать играть за институт, а если сказать, что отпустить, то нет. Но я попробую задать вопрос.
Got our asses kicked. Does it matter how?
The chances of failing this mission were so astronomically low that yes, it does matter. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this, they had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion, which will only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Так, я насколько помню, моя главная цель за подземку это все-таки освободить синтов. То есть под землей и под прикрытием, вот это вот. Соответственно, мне-то надо, ну как бы на самом деле продолжать изображать, так скажем, желание все-таки с ними работать. Но перед этим я отдам голографическую запись Проктору Ингрэм и изнутри поговорю с доктором Ли. Так, что здесь? Бостонский аэропорт. А, у меня еще и 45 уровень. Можно левелапнуться. Так вот. По-хорошему. Можно еще гатлинг лазер, в принципе, прокачать. Только перед этим хочется посмотреть, какими патронами он стреляет. Потому что если ядерными батареями, то у меня их теперь так мало, что нет никакого смысла вот, по полной прокачивать. Так, предметы, оружие, гатлинг лазер. Ну, ядро. Все-таки ядрами, значит, он пользуется. Так, это что такое вообще? Почему меня сюда направляют? Понятно. Или Проктор Ингрэм находится в бостонском аэропорту. Ну-ка посмотрим. Ну-ка мне покажут, как я полечу, или я просто уже окажусь в аэропорту. Я причем даже не уверен, что хочу на это смотреть, просто потому что что там на эту пустошь сраную смотреть. Да, похоже, Проктор Ингрэм все-таки здесь. Бла-бла-бла. Я даже сейчас добегу до сюда. Прям не терпится отдать голографическую запись.
Proctor, I came across a holotape with a full scan of the Institute's network.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the interceptor would do to you.
Она-то... А, она инвалид, похоже, то есть... Понятно.
I wasn't worried. After all, I built the device myself.
I have confidence in everything I built too. But that's because I'll only deal with technology that I understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully, it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxon gave you all of the details. Good luck, Knight.
Да, этот квест мне тоже уже дали, а пока я прокачаю уровень. В прошлый раз я коллекционер крышек закрыл, а в этот раз, наверное, закрою твердую руку. Ну, теперь попробуем завербовать непосредственно доктора Ли. Интересно, будет с ней какой-то дополнительный побочный квест связан или нет, но посмотрим. Бум, телепортация. Так, локальная карта. И доктор Ли, и директорат здесь наверху. Видимо, она входит в него. Угу. Ну, попробуем успеть перехватить это все. Так, тут отец. Мы с доктором Ли из отдела высших систем. А где она?
Let's get this directorate meeting over with before we speak further.
Doctor.
Whatever it is, it'll have to wait.
It's important.
Да уж.
Perhaps after you... Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
What's Phase 3?
It's very important to us. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent on others. On our surroundings, that time is over. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Can you tell me more about this reactor?
Certainly. It was originally built for the Commonwealth Institute of Technology before the war, but was only for testing. Over the years, we've advanced the technology, made a great many improvements, and are finally nearly ready to activate it. The reactor is close to ready, But recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What?
Can't be
Please,
serious.
everyone, please, I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
There must be something we can do to help you.
The only thing that matters now is continuing the Institute's work. It will be all right. I assure you, we can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really? Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
Dr. Lee.
Whatever it is, it'll have to wait.
Что это подождать?
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours.
Whatever it
too.
is, it'll have to wait.
Dr. Lee.
Whatever it is, it'll have to wait.
Ладно, поговорю пока с отцом.
Our advances will, in time, change the world.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
What would it mean to be in charge?
Most divisions of the Institute are fairly autonomous, perfectly capable of functioning without intervention. Where those divisions interact, however, problems can arise. You'd lead the Directorate in setting policy, resolving disputes, and the like. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Так, этот квест выполнен. Получено достижение «Новый облик человечества». Так, и X688 может вас стать спутником. Mass Fusion, поговорить с Элли Филмор. Это он?
It's great to have you
Нет,
here.
это не он. Так, ладно, мне хочется теперь поговорить с доктором Ли. Так, инфо, Mass Fusion. Продолжать сотрудничество с отцом. Так, в какой момент, интересно? Видимо, все еще продолжать. Горит квест по-прежнему. Здесь спущусь. О.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee.
Whatever it is, it'll have to wait.
Ненавижу. Ладно, я сяду на стул. Ах ты черт, я не могу сесть в силовой броне. Вот дерьмо. Ну тогда я ее провожу в отдел высших систем. Я так думаю, она вот здесь зайдет и все.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
Sounds like those raiders at Libertalia were quite a handful.
Давай, давай, заходи к себе на рабочее место. Мне, кстати, даже оружие здесь никто не отбирает. Ну, собственно, с учетом того, что я теперь лидер, как у меня его могут отобрать? Ну, я, конечно, еще не прошел, так скажем, инаугурацию, еще меня не подтвердили, но я планирую развалить весь этот институт нахрен. Так, давайте. Можно здесь с ней поговорить.
Dr. Lee,
You again. What do you want now? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
I'm only here with good intentions. You have my word.
You're giving me your word, even though we just met? Fine. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Ну-ка, попробуем обходительно.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood valued your presence, and we'd like you to come back.
Well, how sweet of them. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Ну-ка, еще один quick save.
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it. I need more than that.
Еще одно
The
убеждение.
Brotherhood has always been straight with you.
I am getting a bit tired of all the secrets around here. Sometimes I feel like Father isn't being straight with me. Like there are things I'm not supposed to know about. I don't like that. But still, how can I turn my back on all of this?
И последнее,
Your
супер
work would be
убеждение.
instrumental in freeing the Commonwealth.
You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? You know, I never understood why the Institute was so damn selfish. All those innocent people up there, dying. And here I am surrounded by technology that could make their lives better. Yet we hide down here and insulate ourselves from everything and everyone. It's not right. It's not right. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Доложиться старейшине Максону. Так. Отправляемся на Придвин, на котором по-прежнему 0 жителей. Я даже не уверен, что туда можно их отправлять. Ну, можно, наверное. Но да, я даже не знаю, а как их... Как Придвин защищать? Турели тут строить или что? Ну, в общем, такой вопрос открытый. Ну да, у меня, кстати, слышь, старик, рыцарь братства, у меня теперь есть такая же пушка, как у тебя. Как раз от супер там паладина какого-то, я точно не помню, было у него имя какое-то или нет, по-моему, просто там супер паладин братства, еще и с черепочком, с супер уровнем.
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Prydwen. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
Так, квест изнутри выполнен. Сейчас выйду отсюда. И мне должны дать новый квест. Посмотрим, как он выглядит. Прайм обретенный. Поговорить с Проктором Инграм. Не знаю, что за Прайм обретенный, но с учетом того, что я там был супер маленький на этом квестике, и там какая-то гигантская хреновина со мной поздоровалась, возможно, мы будем собирать какого-то огромного робота, как в третьем Fallout там был. Если кто-то играл и помнит, там был супер робот, который на всю карту там был. Ну, гигантская хреновина.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush the Institute.
It will, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us first. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in.
Ну, я, похоже, правильно придумал, несмотря на то, что я ничего не знал.
This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence, because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
There's gotta be a way to solve that.
I do all the maintenance on the Pridwin, so you'd think it'd be a snap. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Понятно. Поговорить с доктором Ли, который находится на Придвине. Ну, тут какой-то прям супер разговорный квест, но почему бы и нет. Я его тоже в рамках этого эпизода выполню, а дальше уже будем действовать в следующем. Я так думаю, что я еще зайду в подземку перед тем, как продолжать работать на институт, просто чтобы понять, есть ли у них какие-то квесты для меня. Потому что я напоминаю, закончить-то я хочу за них. Ну, посмотрим. Понятнее ближе к делу. Пока поговорим с доктором Ли.
Attention. Delta Team Lead, report to the bridge. Delta Team Lead to the bridge.
Брифинги какие-то были.
Doctor.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Because we care what happens to the Commonwealth.
They may not be saints, but does it really matter if it serves a noble end?
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you, it sounds like you actually mean it. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Как я уже поговорил, это супер такая разговорное задание. Как-то даже и неожиданно. И еще бывает это 4-м Fallout, которым все завязано на быстрых переходах и устранении тех, на кого указывает маркер. Ну, это, собственно, это то, чего мы всегда ожидаем от бетездовских игр, и кто-то, может быть, даже и считает это плюсом. Не так много какой-то свободы, хотя, казалось бы, наоборот, это же открытый мир и так далее, но черту такой свободы, если она, не знаю, как-то она нивелирует вообще все, что, ну, короче, все перемещения и так далее. Это, опять же, это не первый, второй Fallout, когда приходилось полностью ногами все это проходить. Но, тем не менее, сижу, он практически на кране такой есть. Забавно. Ладно, делаем quick save.
Wow, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Sure, anything you need.
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
Нордхаген-Бич, говорят, хотят очень меня видеть, потому что все плохо. Всего лишь 15%. Надо там пару турелей построить, чтобы они как-то не расстраивались по этому поводу, а потом навестим подземку и будем этот эпизод заканчивать, просто потому что, ну, мне кажется, здесь мы уже достаточно всего сделали. Да, здесь нет совсем никакой защиты. Этого, я так понимаю, да, достаточно. Счастье идет вверх. Так, отправляемся в подземку, посмотрим, чего они от нас хотят или не хотят.
Pam wants to talk with you. She's
Не
in bed.
хочу.
You really walked the freedom trail.
Desdemona.
How you sound?
I don't want to talk about Blackbird. Carrington is sure to give me an earful about it. Caretaker used to work HQ. After Switchboard... Well, I'm hoping running your safe house will be good for both of you. Establishing Mercer Safe House is a sign we're on the road to recovery. Thank you for that.
Desdemona.
Operation Jackpot was a success? Oh, thank God. We were running...
Ничего интересного здесь больше не происходит. Мне нужно продолжать сотрудничество с отцом. Я даже не знаю, нужно ли мне продолжать сотрудничество с братством на данный момент. Я думаю, я построю вот эту хреновину, и они скажут, типа, а теперь будем ждать подходящего момента. И мне нужно будет дальше работать на институт, и после этого в какой-то момент выбрать братство или подземку. Так что вот так, будем сохраняться, а вам я скажу, что подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, рассказывайте друзьям, увидимся уже в следующих эпизодах, удачного всем дня, пока.